Alrighty boys, welcome back once again to another video. How you guys doing? Guys, today we're going to be checking out the new ninja in Fortnite Save the World known as Hybrid. This guy is an Affliction fire-based ninja and he comes from the Battle Royale Battle Pass. He is a little red ninja guy, and as you evolve him he turns into Reptar from the Rugrats, aka a dragon with a yellow electricity flying all around his body. He's pretty freaking cool. Let's take a look at him. How do you obtain this hero? Go on over to the item shop, click on the items, and then go to the event shop, and this is Hybrid himself, sold for 2,800 gold, comes with Dragon Slash, Kunai Storm, and Throwing Stars, says become the dragon. These are his base stats, and these are his bonuses. We have Fire of the Dragon, which increases your affliction duration by 34%. His commander perk is Fire of the Dragon Plus, which increases affliction duration by 67%, and your Dragon Slash applies affliction, which deals 15 base fire damage per second for 3 seconds. Now, overall, just before we get into this, I really like this hero, especially for the way that he looks, for his actual voice lines that he has. He actually does have a dialogue, and you know, the way that he plays. I made a specific build that makes this guy really fun and really kind of takes on his role as being this affliction-based ninja that's supposed to cause fire and damage and destruction. So it's really fun. You know, he's a really fun ninja, but I think overall he's a little bit weak, and we'll talk about that. Normally whenever I do these videos, at the end of the video we kind of do a little bit of an overview, but in this portion let's go ahead and go over the loadout that I have for this guy. So if we take a look at the loadout, of course we have Hybrid in the commander slot, we have Soaring Mantis in the team perk, which gives me more Mantis jumps. I can't go without my Mantis jumps. So we take a look at the support team. Now we have Rice Gum, aka Dragon Scorch. You can get this guy from the collection book. This guy will give you Wings of the Dragon, which increases your Dragon Slash range to 3 tiles. Pretty much an essential. We are building off of the Dragon Slash in particular because his Kunai Storm does not get a buff, neither do his Throwing Stars. We also have Tail of the Dragon coming from Snuggle Specialist Sarah, who you can currently buy in the event store. The Dragon Slash leaves behind an Energized Trail, which deals 26 base energy damage per second, so that's pretty good. Then we have Corrosive Strikes. This comes from Deadly Blade Crash. I think she's an expansion hero, which you can now get in normal llamas and or the collection book. If we go on over to the perks, her melee critical hits apply 30% snare and affliction, which deal 37% of damage dealt each second for 3 seconds. A very, very good standard perk. Then we have anatomy lessons. We take a look at this. This is from Whiteout Fiona. I believe you need to use a voucher to get her. I'm pretty sure, I think so. Going on over to the perks, she has anatomy lessons, increases your critical rating of swords, axes, and scythes by 15. And lastly, we have assault damage, which comes from Rescue Trooper Havoc, also Rescue Trooper Ramirez, who you can find in the collection book, and he increases your assault damage by 17%. So why did I build him like this? Well, with Hybrid, I use a very specific loadout, which I think perfectly captures this ninja. If we go on over to the armory and I go to my backpack, what I'm actually rocking is I'm rocking a Gravedigger. Normally I would make this a damage build, but this is the only fire Gravedigger that I have. But I would be rocking a Gravedigger, the new Steam Piston, which I do like a lot, which is also a fire-based weapon, but you can, you know, switch out the Steam Piston for anything else. And then also the Spectral Blade. I like to use this because this setup right here perfectly captures what this ninja is supposed to be, a fire and flame and affliction based ninja, which is just perfect. So you got the Spectral Blade right here. Damage dealt with this weapon snares the target by 30% for 6 seconds. I believe this goes hand in hand with the Corrosive Strikes as well, but this is perfect for Corrosive Strikes, this weapon in general, as well with Whiteout Fiona. And then you got the assault rifle damage for whenever you do need to deal range damage, and of course we also have those buffs to your Dragon Slash. So essentially you are going to be laying down a lot of affliction, a lot of flame, and a lot of chaos in this build, which I really, really do like. So I'm going to go and show you guys some clips and kind of show you what exactly Hybrid does in terms of increasing your duration whenever it comes to your affliction. So first up, I went out and I tested gas traps because that's the #1 thing I wanted to know about Hybrid. You know, you check out Hybrid, it increases affliction duration by 67%. So I was curious, will he greatly increase your duration of your gas traps. So I decided that I would use my own legacy gas trap, which has, I think, a double crit chance, a double crit damage, and a normal damage on it. No duration whatsoever, and it will, every single time that I use it, apply 5 ticks of affliction. So that's just normal. I tested it out with him in commander, tested it out with him in support, and I tested it out without him even in the loadout, and every single time I got 5 ticks of affliction. Then I went on and I tested the weapon damage. How many times is your weapon going to tick whenever you use this guy in your commander, in your support, and neither? Whenever you use this guy as your commander, any weapon with affliction that's going to cause affliction will cause 10 ticks of affliction. And then if you have him in your support, he will do 8 ticks of affliction, and if you have him in neither, the affliction will only tick 6 times. And then I also tested out his Dragon Slash. Whenever I tested out his Dragon Slash, you were able to get 5 ticks of damage off of that, of course. And then I went on to try out the Corrosive Strike. So if you use Corrosive Strike with him as your commander, you will get 5 ticks of affliction. If you use him in support, you will get 4 ticks, and if you use him in neither, you will get 3 ticks. So that is how useful he is if you are using him in commander, which is the main focus of this video. Your gas traps will function just the same. Your affliction on your weapons will go from 6 to 10. Your Dragon Slash itself will apply 5 ticks of damage, and your Corrosive Strike will apply 5 ticks of damage as well. So with this guy in the commander perk, he is quite the affliction duration kind of guy, which overall will cause more damage, but I honestly kind of wish he had affliction duration and affliction damage on top of that, because sometimes you're just killing your enemy so fast that it doesn't even matter. But I want to go ahead and jump into the gameplay portion of this video really quick and wrap this video up, kind of showcase what the specific build looks like in combat whenever I'm using my Gravedigger, Spectral Blade, and yada yada. It's a really fun build, and I'm just going to kind of go over my general thoughts on this character, so let's go ahead and jump into it. Alrighty boyos, so here we are at the gameplay portion of the video, and in this portion we are going to be talking about a little bit of a general overview around the hybrid ninja. So of course we just went over my loadout. I was showcasing how I'm going to be going with a sword slash assault rifle loadout, and it's entirely based around the ninja itself. Whenever a new character comes out, especially since this rework, you know, characters are very specific whenever it comes to their support bonus and their commander bonus. I like to think of them less as a support bonus and a lot more as a commander bonus. I want to capitalize on that commander bonus and make it as fun as possible, and that's what I tried to do with this build in particular. The gameplay in the background is of a 4 times level 100 mission, and it's a nature storm, and that is on purpose because this ninja is a fire affliction ninja. The first thing that you'll notice is that, well, this ninja is a dragon, so whenever he uses his Dragon Slash, interestingly enough, fire comes off of the Dragon Slash, allowing him to do even more damage to nature husks, which is also why I decided that I would choose my Gravedigger to be my weapon of choice, because if you have a fiery Dragon Slash, why not go with a fiery weapon, as well as that fiery weapon also causing affliction, completely playing into the entire purpose of this ninja. And of course I went with the Spectral Blade. Even though it is an energy weapon, it is still the best sword in the game, and the Spectral Blade is going to do some insane damage regardless. It also has blue flames that come off of it, so that's always pretty cool. But I wanted to play into this Corrosive Strikes with Whiteout Fiona to be able to give me that really good 50% crit chance with a sword instead of just using a spear, and I wanted to go with that Gravedigger because of the affliction that it causes, and the fire to go hand in hand with the nature storm. I feel like hybrid is a little bit of a niche character. I feel like if you are going into a nature storm, this guy's honestly kind of perfect. I like the entire idea behind this guy. Is he the best ninja in the game? No. Is he better than some? Definitely. I think this guy is definitely a lot of fun, especially in those nature storms. But outside of those nature storms, and even in nature storms in some cases, he still comes across as kind of weak. Whenever it comes to this character and as far as his commander perk is concerned, he gives you that extra affliction duration, but I feel as though the duration isn't enough to make this character really good. Yes, he does have a very awesome Dragon Slash, and that's the main thing that I love about this character, and that's why I like to use him in the nature storms. But I feel like the extra affliction duration really isn't that useful. Affliction is very, very, very good, but most of the time you're going to be killing enemies before the entirety of your timer really runs out on your Affliction. You'll be able to kill enemies way quicker, you know, than your initial bullets going off and then the 10-second cooldown. As we talked about earlier, you know, after you would hit an enemy with the last shot, if you were using hybrid in your commander slot, you would have 10 seconds, or 10 ticks, my bad, I said that wrong. You would have 10 ticks of damage go off after your final bullet, meaning that, well, you could have just killed them by then, you know? I feel like you're not getting the most out of your potential damage, because for as long as this Affliction lasts, you're normally just going to be killing them before the Affliction can even take its toll and get the full use out of it, essentially. But I do like the character. I think it's a lot of fun. I think he looks really cool, and I feel like some people aren't going to like this guy, but I personally think he's really awesome if you use a specific build, the build that I showed in this video, which I think is really fun, and you go into nature storms and try to do your best with this build. I think going with a sword and assault rifle build hand in hand, especially with the Gravedigger and Spectral Blade, two flaming weapons, and one of which being very Affliction based, I think it's really fun, and I like this ninja overall. I just don't think he's going to be too useful, but those are just my opinions. You know, some people might be able to find a way to make this guy really useful. This is just more of a casual review. I'm not really going too in depth, but I did really enjoy playing as this ninja, and I hope you guys did enjoy this video. If you guys have differing opinions about this guy, then let me know in the comments down below. I just feel like this guy's mainly a good focus on a nature storm kind of environment, and being able to use some Affliction weapons and being able to get off some melee hits with his Corrosive Strike to really be a very fun character. So a good blend of sword and assault rifle, and a good blend of going into a nature storm with your Dragon Slash and causing complete havoc. But that is how I view hybrid if I were to only use him as a commander. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. But overall, I do like this hero. Definitely pick him up. Always worth picking up a new hero from the item shop. But I want to hear what you guys have to say about him in the comments down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. I greatly do appreciate it, and I'll see you guys next time.